Give me a second. The purpose of life, after all, is to live it, to taste experience to the utmost, to reach out eagerly and without fear for newer and richer experience. Eleanor Roosevelt. Welcome to the Global Nursing and Midwife Conference 2024. So no disclosure, no bias on my part. The subject that I'm going to present is neurotransmitter imbalance in burnouts and the correlation between stress management and the improvement in productivity at work. My name is Shajaira Payne. I'm working in the USMC Panama. I'm a registered nurse and I'm finishing my PhD thesis. So the general objective will be briefly describe the role that the neurotransmitter play in burnouts and the relationship between reducing stress and increasing productivity at work. So our specific objective will be following this lecture. The participants will recognize the role that neurotransmitters play in burnout, what is stress, how it can be controlled or managed, and how can impact the productivity. So I wanted to just, for a few seconds, do this definition. This was a Google search, and I wanted to define tired. So the Google search showed in need of sleep or rest and weary. So if you can see these images and just concentrate for 2 seconds, you can see here, she's not resting, she's looking on her cell phone. He's trying to finish maybe a report or school project, and he's tired, sleeping. Not in the bed, he's sleeping. Okay, burnout and neurotransmitter imbalance. Okay, there's evidence to suggest that burnout is associated with neurotransmitter imbalances. This study was from Zhao and Tubbs, 2018 and 2007. A study found that levels of neurotransmitters such as 1-aminobutyric acid and 5-hydroxytryptamine, norepinephrine, glutamate, acetylcholine, and dopamine were significantly lower in individuals experiencing burnout compared to those without burnout. Another study found that burnout subjects display extreme distributions of basal prolactin levels, which are sensitive to dopamine and serotonin function. These findings suggest that burnout may be related to this regulation of neurotransmitter systems. Okay, we just wanted to share, let me see if I can put this down. Oh yeah, I can. We just wanted to share a little bit about the neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitters are your body's chemical messenger. They are messengers. They carry message from one nerve cell across a space to the next nerve, muscle, or gland cell. These messages help you move your limbs, feel sensation, keep your heart beating, and take in and respond to all information your body receives from other internal parts of your body and environment. So we have the amino acids neurotransmitters. So we have the acid gamma aminobutyric, the most prevalent inhibitory neurotransmitter in your nervous system, especially in the brain, is GABA. It controls brain activity to avoid issues with depression, anxiety, irritability, focus, sleep, and seizures. We have the monoamines neurotransmitters. Numerous diverse roles are played by these neurotransmitters throughout the nervous system, particularly in your brain. Neurotransmitters called monoamines control emotion, cognition, awareness, and attention. Monoamine neurotransmitters can be aberrant in a variety of nervous system illnesses, and many regularly use medication have an impact on these neurotransmitters. We have the serotonin, an inhibitory neurotransmitter. The serotonin plays a role in the regulation of mood, hunger, pain, anxiety, sleep habits, and sexuality. Chronic pain, fibromyalgia, anxiety, depression, and seasonal affective disorder are among the illnesses linked to serotonin imbalance. Serotonin, norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors, and selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors are medications that control serotonin and treat these illnesses. We have the dopamine neurotransmitter, your body's reward system, which involves experiencing pleasure, raising your levels of arousal, and learning, is influenced by dopamine. In addition, dopamine supports motivation, mood, sleep, focus, and concentration. Parkinson's disease, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, restless leg syndrome, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are among the illnesses linked to dopamine system dysfunction. The dopamine system is the primary target of several highly addictive substances, including cocaine, amphetamines, and methamphetamines. Epinephrine neurotransmitter, your body's fight or flight response to stress and terror is brought on by the chemical epinephrine, commonly known as adrenaline or norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters heighten attention and focus to enable you to act or react to various stimuli. They also increase blood flow to your muscles, blood pressure, blood sugar, heart rate, and respiration. Prolonged stress can lead to an imbalance between excitatory norepinephrine and inhibitory neurotransmitters like GABA. Burnout. We're going to talk a little bit about burnout. So burnout is a condition of extreme physical, mental, and emotional tiredness brought on by ongoing stress. It's an ongoing stress, feeling of burnout, cynicism, and diminished professional efficacy and its hallmarks. Burnout can have detrimental effects on a person's health and well-being, increasing the risk of developing mental and physical conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and depression. It's critical to recognize the symptoms of burnout and take action to prevent it and control it. This is a study done in 2023 by Deborah Rose Wilson and Henry Ledger. We have another stories, neurobiological perspective burnout, and this was done by Amy Amstein and Tate Shanafeld. It says, burnout has been linked to changes to reduce a physician's sense of control of their own practice, undermine connection with the patient and colleague, interfere with work-life integration, result in uncontrolled stress, impairs the functioning of the prefrontal cortex, a recently evolved brain region that provides top-down regulation over thought, action, and emotion. The prefrontal cortex governs many cognitive operations essential to physicians, including actual reasoning, higher order decision-making, insight, and the ability to persevere through challenges. However, the prefrontal cortex is remarkably reliant on arousal state and is impaired under condition of fatigue and or uncontrollable stress. when there are an inadequate or excessive levels of arousal modulators, example, the norepinephrine, the dopamine, and the acetylcholine. With chronic stress exposure, prefrontal gray matter connections are lost, but they can be restored by stress relief. Reduced prefrontal cortex self-regulation may explain several challenges associated with burnout in physicians, including reduced motivation, unprofessional behavior, and suboptimal communication with patients. Understanding this neurobiology may help physicians have a more informed perspective to help relieve and prevent symptoms of burnout, and may help administrative leaders to optimize the work environment to create more effective organization. Effort to restore a sense of control to physician may be particularly helpful, by Amy and Tate. We have a study about the brain on burnout by Sanesco Marketing. Job burnout is associated with an imbalance in the brain neurotransmitters, hormones, and other molecules linked to excessive activation of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. The HPA axis governs your body's stress response and the production of the stress hormone cortisol. Mental stress also causes a long-term imbalance in the neurotransmitters norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin. Each of these plays a role in helping your body cope with stress. Increased levels of norepinephrine cause a stressed person to shift focus from processing the information to a more general overview of the environment. This helps the individual come up with more effective solution for relieving stress. I found this is not a tested, but I found it very interesting. That's why I have a question mark and I have the hands like this. But it was interesting that it says that this is like a lab, and it says the test results from our lab partners provide your healthcare provider with an important information and data about the function of your nervous system. It only requires one urine sample to test your neurotransmitters, and the saliva samples will also be collected to check your hormone response. This is something that I just wanted to just share because I found it and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know the accuracy, but I just wanted to, it says HE Neuro Wellness Program, if you want to check it out. I don't know the accuracy, but it was interesting to read it, that you can test your nervous system function. Okay, what happens in your body when we are under stress? When under stress, the brain prefrontal cortex releases dopamine, which aid in a risk assessment and decision making. Serotonin is essential for lowering anxiety following stress events. These brain chemicals assist you in developing useful coping mechanisms to get through the first part of the stressful situation. Burnout results from an imbalance in this brain chemical will also reduce your capacity to handle stress. Exhaustion was associated with unbalanced levels of serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine, according to a study on burnout medical professionals. This is a study or a quote from Dr. George Barley from the American Institute of Stress. If the employee feels overwhelmed, underappreciated, and powerless to make effective changes in their job, duties, demands, and workplace culture, then burnout is likely to occur. So we're gonna do the definition of stress. Stress is a normal biological response to a challenging or threatening situation. It can be caused by various factors such as work pressure, personal relationship, or financial difficulties. Stress can have both positive and negative effect on our health. While short-term stress can be beneficial and help us perform better, chronic stress can lead to physical and mental health problems. It is important to manage stress through healthy coping mechanisms and seek support if needed. Productivity. Productivity refers to the efficiency and effectiveness with which work is accomplished. It is a measure of how much output is produced per unit of input. Productivity can be influenced by various factors, including employee satisfaction, recognition of programs, active workers' participation, integration of clinical and non-clinical activities, and the use of productivity measurement methods. Improving productivity can lead to increased efficiency, better outcomes, and higher levels of satisfaction. However, it is important to balance productivity with well-being and work-life balance of individuals. So I have these two images. If you can see what is going on here, you see the calendar, the things that I have to do, and the stress management. And it says a quote by William James: "The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another." So it would be organizing one thought over another. And there's a thing that it says one day at a time. So we say also, there's a song that says one day at a time, and also 1 hour, 1 minute at a time, the things that you have to do. Okay, things that we need to control. A long-term procrastination, struggle with basic work, constant exhaustion. I know that it could be happening. Inexplicable stress, unhealthy comparison, that sometimes you keep comparing yourself with another, maybe colleague. Unbalanced content of consumption, morning dread, that you're dragging yourself in the morning instead of getting up and being a little bit, happy because you saw another day. Harmful habit, unusual irritability, and self-doubt. What is the productivity management and how does it work? So when you're at work, you need to set a goal. What you want to accomplish in that day, what you're going to accomplish in the day. So you have to do the time management. And the time management, you can do a spreadsheet, and you can, like how I said, planning organization, you're going to prioritize. So when you have all your activities, you have to list your activity that you're going to do during the day, and then you have to delegate. If you need to delegate, you have to delegate, because sometimes you can't do everything. So you need to delegate after you do your planning and prioritization. And the workflow optimization is the same thing as delegation. No? Not the same thing, but it works as the delegation. So we need to delegate functions. So actions to take to improve your productivity. So this more or less is by balancing productivity with employee well-being. Involves creating a work environment that promotes both efficiencies and the health satisfaction of employees. Some strategies to achieve this balance include providing work-life balance, encouraging flexible work arrangement, promoting time off, and respecting boundaries between work and personal life can help employees maintain a healthy balance. Supporting employee well-being, offering wellness programs, mental health resources, and access to healthcare can support employees' physically and mental well-being, leading to increased productivity. This for from Headline and Allen Headline. So we have also promoting open communication, Encourage open dialogue between employees and management fosters a supportive work culture where concerns can be addressed, leading to increase of job satisfaction and productivity. Recognizing and rewarding employees, acknowledging and appreciating employees' effort and achievement through recognition programs can boost morale and motivation, leading to increased productivity. Offering training, professional development, and career advancement opportunities shows that the employees is valued. The minute you start caring about what other people think is the minute you start believing in yourself. This is a famous actress, Meryl Streep. So by ending my presentation says, believe in yourself. Thank you for your attention.